How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to create the most magnificent life that you've ever desired. If you were someone that wants more, if you want to feel more, if you want to be able to give more, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how to shift into that abundant energy and have the experience that you are meant to have. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I've really been diving into frequency, our energy, what we are, and how we experience life, because not only do I want to live a life that's exciting, that's abundant, that feels good, that gives me joy, I want others to do it too. Because I believe when you're in energy, it's one thing, but when you're able to give the energy, it truly flows through you. And I want to talk about why that matters when you're looking for a positive goal. So the law of attraction, you may be familiar with, means whatever you are, like what you're thinking, what you're creating within you, you are going to attract the same thing, almost like a magnet. That's the law of attraction. So when a lot of people learn about it, they start thinking, okay, well, I want $1 million. I want $1 million. I want $1 million, as if that would attract it to them. And while the thought is a part of it, it's really just a frequency. We have to have action. And I did something last night. It was just like a discovery. I was doing a live call on Facebook Live, and it just sort of happened organically. And I want to share it here because I believe these things together can help you create whatever it is that you desire. Now, in this case, we're going to talk about money because that's what I was talking about on that live. I have this vision of what I want to create, this experience that I want to have, these jobs that I want to be able to give to people so that they can do what they love to do and then create things in the community. And so I was having this conversation on this live, and I said that I want to make a lot of money because I'm going to need a lot of money to do what it is that I want to do. I want to open up brick and mortar locations so that people have a place to go in their local communities where they can heal, where they can grow, where they can put stress on themselves by choice so that they can expand their energy. And I realized that's going to take a lot of money. And so I started saying in my mind and saying on there, I make $1 million a year. Now, I've done this before where I've tried to put a thought in my mind, but this time I made a commitment. I made a commitment to that thought. You see, when you make a commitment to a thought and say, no matter what, I'm going to continually repeat this thought in my mind, that is powerful. Because the change isn't going to happen the first time you do it. It's not going to happen the second or third or fourth. The change will happen when you convince yourself and the universe that that thought's not going to leave you. Because it's not the thought that's the power. It's what the thought is. You see, we understand words in our head because that's how things are digested or understood in this experience. But really, that frequency is just energy. We understand it as words. So when you put those words back in your mind, you're putting that frequency back in there. But it takes time for that frequency to take over and consume you, and you leave the old frequency behind. So what I said is, I am going to commit to this thought over and over and over. Whenever I have a thought that takes away from it, I'm going to honor it, let it go, and replace it with that $1 million energy. Because I want to build these things. I need that money to be where I want to be, to create what it is that I want to create. You have a version of you that's waiting to blossom, that's waiting to expand, that's waiting to be strong, that's waiting to be peaceful, that's waiting to be calm. It's there. That's who you came here to be. Now, the best part about this journey is there is no wrong time to wake up. There is no wrong time to start. It's all an experience that is here for you. So if you're 20 right now and you're starting to wake up, you're starting to realize that you want to create something different, perfect. That's beautiful. If you're 30 and you're starting to wake up and realize you want something different, perfect. That's beautiful. If you're 50 and you're starting to wake up and realize you want to create something different, perfect. That's beautiful. Because it's all an experience. As you go down the path of creating peace within, you won't have the stress of, I started too late. I missed my time. I should have done this when I was younger. Because you'll have peace within. You'll be able to observe everything from a positive perspective that you create for you. And then eventually you'll be able to give that away. I was thinking earlier about what would happen. Let's say right now, every single person connected on this frequency of healing, of love, of being the best version of themselves. And by best, I don't mean that you're wrong or lesser now. I just mean you're more in the energy that you deserve to be in. Imagine what would happen if those people started becoming the managers, if those people started becoming the politicians, where truly their goal was to serve others so that they can live abundantly. Like that was their true mission. That was our true mission. Imagine the world that would exist. It's possible. We don't need to have a war on anything. We just need to become and give that energy away. And we do that by creating a frequency and making contracts with the universe, with God, with love, with ourselves, that we're not going to break from that healing energy. And it can be money. It can be success. It can be health. It can be whatever it is. But when you're doing it from a place of wanting to serve others, not only can you prosper, hopefully energetically, but you get to give that gift to others. You don't have to win and somebody else lose. Both people can win, because when you commit to service to energy, it's abundant. There's no lack in true love. There's no lack in true abundance. It's truly abundant. So what is it that you want to create? This is the path to get there. Commit with me with this money thing. And I know money can be taboo, but imagine if you had it abundantly. What could you do for your family? What could you do for your kids? What experience could you create for people that you care about that need assistance? It's all powerful. And then what could you enjoy? Could you go on a vacation that you've always dreamed of? Can you experience other parts of the world that you've always dreamed of? And it's not about the money, even though it's great. It's about the frequency. When you realize that you can create any experience, you become powerful. But when you really come to terms with you don't need anything external because you can control the energy that flows within you, you're undefeatable. Nothing can be taken from you when you're able to pull peace within. Because just like I was talking about building the money frequency, you can build the patience frequency. You can build the love frequency. You can build the perspective frequency. It's as simple as picking the words that align with the frequency. Let's choose peace. I am peaceful always. Anything that goes on externally, I just gain perspective. It doesn't shake my internal state. Imagine if that was your rock statement. Anytime something happened, that played in your head. I am peace always. It doesn't matter externally because it can't affect my internal being. That's powerful. Now imagine if you sat there, you closed your eyes, and you thought of those words, whatever's coming to mind, and then you made a contract with your soul, with the world, with earth, with the universe, with God, whatever it is to you, and you said, I will not give up on this thought, and I'm going to prove it every single day to myself and you that I mean it. And then you started doing it. Do you think your world would change? Do you think the external world would start to look different when you lock into that frequency? It absolutely would. The external world is a reflection of our internal state. Our frequency is what we frequently see. You are the observer and creator of your experience. It's time to know your power. Your power is you can decide the frequency in your mind. You can decide to keep it consistent. You can decide to shift. That doesn't mean it's not hard. That doesn't mean you haven't struggled. It doesn't mean you haven't failed. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Everything can be redeemed because energy is everlasting. Your internal state isn't going anywhere. It's abundant and it's eternal. So it's time to be who you can truly be. It's time to forgive those that need to be forgiven. It's time to love those that need to be loved. Let's do it together. Let's raise our energy and be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode gave you some positive perspective on what's capable. I've started using these techniques and I can tell you I'm starting to see the changes, and I really wanted to share it with you so that you can do it too. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to join the Positive Mindset Facebook community, there's a link for that as well. That's where the video I was doing yesterday was. I was doing a Monday call that I do at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a little bit about fitness. It started from a 12-week challenge, but we're just talking about frequency, abundance, and really just expansion. So if you want to join that, click the link as well. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.